Hi, happy Sabbath, everybody. Today is, what's today? The 21st. 21st of November. It's already past the midpoint in November, coming up on Thanksgiving this next week. I think everybody has a week off, and looks like we got a lot of things going on. I've been urged to maybe dabble in doing some of these podcasts or just delivering some content. I want to keep it real short, maybe 5-10 minutes, because some of them I watch. Some of these podcasts go on and on and on, and I'd rather just keep it short and sweet. And I want to tell everyone just about an experience I had talking with a friend of mine, and I'm going to let her know that I'm actually talking about this conversation because I think it's relatable across a lot of different experiences that people have had. First off, um, she was going through a couple of things. We were at a birthday party, her mom's birthday party, and she was having a rough time coping with some things that were going on in her life. And if you know anything about me, and some of you know me personally, it's hard to have a surface conversation with me. For some reason, we always go into deeper topics, be it things that are happening in your life or things that maybe you're not content about, or even sometimes things that you're happy about, but you might have other questions. And I've always had a knack of asking, I guess, the right questions, being able to get into a person's psyche and figuring out what's going on. In fact, it's a passion of mine to try to get to know somebody, just not knowing how many cars you have or how big your house is, but my interest lies in what makes you tick, what is going on inside, and I love to figure that out. Anyway, so I'm talking to a friend of mine, and I noticed that every time that I would ask her a question or I would try to learn a little bit more, she would preface her answer with an answer. Now, I know that doesn't probably make sense. How do you preface an answer with an answer? But what I told her was, it was almost like I was talking with her and I was talking with her. She was having a conversation in her head while I was trying to talk to her myself as a separate individual. And if you know me, I don't give advice. But I will tell you if something is kind of getting on my nerves, or in my own words to her, I said it was starting to annoy me that I was trying to have a conversation with her, but it seemed like every time I talked to her or asked her a question, she answered her own question. And she gave me that look like, what are you talking about? Like, this is how people talk. But for me, I guess it's not. I like to talk to you directly. I want to know who you are and things that interest me about you. And I get a call from her a couple days ago. This happened last week, right? So a few days passed, and she calls me up and she says, Mario, I haven't been able to sleep or rest because my mind's just been trying to figure out why I have these conversations with myself, because indeed this is what I've been doing. And this happens a lot. People have to process, and sometimes the night of you lose some sleep is what I've heard. And I asked her plainly, I said, well, what is it that you're having a hard time accepting in your life? And she said, well, I'm having a hard time trying to figure out like what makes me happy. And I said, well, it sounds like a simple topic. If you ask somebody what makes you happy, I bet everybody has something on the tip of their tongue or in their head that they're willing to divulge, right? Anyways, I asked her, and I got about 3 different answers that weren't the answer. I don't know if you've ever had that happen before, but it was just a confluence, a grouping of different responses about why something was not supposed to make her happy, or why she didn't want to hurt someone's feelings, or why something else was going to happen if she made a decision that made her happy. And so she had all these contingencies, right, on why she couldn't be happy. And I told her, stop. I said, that's not what I asked you. All I asked you was what makes you happy. And then she kind of thought about it. And this time she only gave me 2 answers, which were, of course, not the answer because it ended up just being things that didn't make her happy again. But at least we got from 3 to 2, right? The third time I said, you know what, I need you to stop. And I bluntly tell her, I've told people this before, I feel like you're wasting my time because I'm asking you a simple question. Give me a simple answer. What makes you happy? I'm not really interested in why you don't think you're not allowed to be happy. I'm not interested in why you think your decision to be happy influences or affects somebody else. All I want to know is what makes you happy. I'm not going to judge you. And to tell you the truth, I don't know anyone around you. All I know is you now. And finally, she told me, well, what makes me happy is feeling content. I said, okay, now we're getting somewhere. I could see that. I could see how I would feel content if I felt happy. And so, I asked the golden question, right? Well, what makes you feel content? And she said, well, I feel content when people are happy around me. I said, okay. Are the people, again, the golden question, right? Are the people around you happy? No. Well, Mario, I guess it is kind of simple. I told you. It usually is. It's simple, but we've done such a good job at trying to bury it and to beat it down and to not feel and to not have that emotion that we've almost persuaded ourselves that we aren't allowed to feel or to have an emotion that we're having. And she said, I see things so much more clear now. And I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And I've heard that several times where people physically feel a weight or something being lifted off of them that they've been carrying around. And I said, that's great. I'm glad that, I was on that journey with you. That's probably my greatest passion is going from point A to point B with somebody, right? It's just that journey together. And I said, I appreciate that you shared these things with me because I've learned from them. And to tell you the truth, I believe that this could be some great content for some kind of podcast or message. And that's why I'm putting it out there. And this is just a sample. See how, if anyone can relate, leave in the comments if you have any questions or maybe the feelings that you get while I share. I love it all. Again, this is just the first one, the first podcast or video that I'm doing. And I'm thinking there's going to be more in the future just based on experiences that I have. And trust me, I have a lot of them. So anyways, I hope everyone has a great Sabbath. Have a great week. You guys are doing great. And I look forward to hearing from all of you. All right, bye.